if you have genuinely watched this whole playlist all the way to here, then I want you to know something. You already know more about how to break into this field than the vast majority of people who say they want it. Seriously, you now understand the real story of how someone starts from nothing. You understand the builder's mindset that separates the people who make it from the people who stay stuck forever. You understand what data engineering actually is underneath all the buzzword. You have got the complete roadmap in the right order. And you know the 3 traps that quietly stop almost everyone. That's a huge amount of clarity, and most people never get anywhere near it. So this final video is me answering the one honest question you are probably holding right now. Okay, this all makes sense. So how do you actually help me do this? And I'm going to lay the whole thing out for you. Completely, honestly, no hype, just honest answer. I'll tell you a few things that if that's you, then I might be able to help you. If you are serious about actually breaking into data engineering, not just daydreaming about it, you are genuinely willing to put in real consistent work, and you are tired, really tired of trying to do this completely alone, with no idea whether you are even on the right track or just spinning your wheel. And that person comes in few different shapes. So let me be specific about who I mean. Maybe you are switching careers and you want a real guide instead of another year lost in tutorials. Maybe you are a student who wants the honest shortcut. Maybe you already work in data, an engineer who wants to genuinely level up and learn how senior people think instead of guessing. Maybe you are an architect or a manager who needs the full technical picture so you can actually lead your team with confidence. Or maybe you are building a small or a growing company and you want your data foundation done right and built to scale from the start. So different people, same need underneath. Someone a few steps ahead who has actually done it in your corner. And this is honestly not for you if the opposite is true. If you are looking for some magic shortcut that skips the work, or you want someone to just do it all for you while you watch, that person genuinely does not exist. So the work is still yours. What I do is make sure the work actually pays off. And let me be really clear about what this is an alternative to, because it matters. This is not a degree, and it's not some 2 years course program. I'm not going to take years of your life to teach you a theory that's already stale by the time you finish it. Remember, everything we talked about across this playlist, how the traditional route is the slow, expensive, mismatched path for a career switcher. How you would graduate and still need months of real practice on real tools before anyone took you seriously. This is the deliberate opposite of that entire model. It's current tools, not outdated ones. It's real projects, not theory and exams. It's direct feedback from someone actually in the field, not a lecture hall. And it's a straight line to being genuinely hireable, measured in months of focused effort, not years sitting in a classroom. The goal was never to hand you a certificate. The goal is a portfolio you can actually defend, a job you can actually land. So not a generic list you can find anywhere online, a path mapped specifically to where you are right now and the exact job you are aiming for, so that every single week you know precisely what you should be working on and exactly why it matters. This is what actually kills tutorial hopping at the root, because you never again have to wonder what comes next. You have a clear roadmap. You will have real projects you can actually defend. Together we build the portfolio pieces that genuinely get people hired. Real end-to-end pipelines on real current tools. The kind of project you can walk an interviewer through decision by decision and prove you understand every part of it, because you actually done it. You will get also direct feedback on your actual work. And this one, honestly, is the single piece that turns years into months. You completely stop guessing whether your work is any good, because you get told directly by someone who is already a senior exactly what's strong and exactly what to fix. Remember that feedback trap from the last video? This is the answer to it. This is the 100 hours you get to keep. Accountability that that survives a hard Tuesday. Real structure and regular check-ins so that the motivation cliff never actually gets its chance to claim you. You are no longer relying on raw willpower or motivation, which we already know runs out in few weeks. Instead, you are plugged into a system that keeps you moving forward even in the weeks when you really don't feel like it. If you're stuck on a tool that doesn't work, or a concept that won't click, or a genuinely hard career decision, you just ask and you get a real answer from someone who has personally walked this exact road. No more losing an entire weekend to a problem that a 2 minutes reply from the right person would have solved instantly. A community that's climbing right alongside you. You get surrounded by people who are on the very same path as you, so it stops being lonely and isolating. Becoming an AI augmented data engineer. And this is the piece that makes all of it genuinely modern, and it's a big part of your daily work. How to automate the boring, repetitive parts of the job so you move faster than engineers twice your experience. How to build simple agents that handle the repetitive checks and tasks for you. And just as importantly, how to know what to keep in your own hands, the architecture, the judgment, the decisions that AI can't make. This is the skill that turns a good beginner into someone who looks genuinely current and valuable in interviews, and that would be experienced through everything we build together. And I want to tell you honestly why I do all of this, because it's personal for me. When I was learning, I had absolutely none of this. No roadmap, no feedback, nobody to ask when I was stuck at midnight. No community that understood what I was going through. I did the entire thing alone, the slowest possible way. And it cost me years of my life that it genuinely did not need to cost. So I built the exact thing I desperately wish someone had built for me back then. I'm not some guru standing on a mountain top shouting down at you. I'm just the guide I never had for myself. A few steps further down the path than you are. Turning around and saying, here, this way, don't go that way, don't waste time here. I have been there, I wasted mine here, so I will share all the valuable lessons that will save you years. And I can do that because I have actually walked it. So certified across the major cloud platforms, different tools, real years in the field, real projects delivered for real companies. Not to impress you, but so you know, the hand you are taking actually knows the way. So if any of this is landing with you, if something in it feels right, then here is the next step. The next step is simply a conversation. You book a free call with me, and on that call, we just talk. We talk honestly about where you are right now, where you actually want to get to, and whether or not I'm genuinely the right person to help you get there. And I mean this completely. If I don't think I can actually help you, I will tell you that honestly on the call, and I will try to point you somewhere better, because I genuinely don't want anyone in this who isn't real honest fit. That's bad for you and it's bad for me, and it helps nobody. I have a very limited time, which is the most precious, valuable thing that we all have. So only if you are a perfect fit for both of us, we can work together. Please go ahead and book your free call. The link is right there below this video. That's genuinely the single best next step you can take from here. And if you are not quite ready for one-on-one call yet, that's completely fine. Join the free community instead. That link is also below. Get yourself around the right people and just see for yourself whether this world is really for you. But honestly, whatever you decide from here, whether it's with me or completely on your own, I want you to promise yourself just one single thing. Don't stay stuck in the watching phase, and don't talk yourself into another 2 years of studying first before you are allowed to begin. Because the people who actually breaks into this field, every last one of them, are not the ones who watched the most videos or collected the most certificates. They are the ones who started building before they felt ready, and then simply refused to quit. You have got the why now. You have got the path. And you have got the honest, full picture with nothing hidden from you. The only thing left in the entire equation is for you to actually start. And I would genuinely, honestly love to help you do it. But either way, go and build something. I will see you on the other side.